Hello, everybody, and welcome to Grafenberg TV. I'm your host, Maynard Prelta. Tonight, we have a very entertaining show for you. So, we have the RIP report, but a few quick things to get us started for today. If you are new to this, and welcome, thank you for watching, but you can tell your friends and family to stream with us by going to Grafenberg TV on Facebook Live, Twitch, or YouTube. So look for us on either of those three streaming services, and you can see us there. If you would like to support us, you can also support our channel with Venmo, Patreon, or GoFundMe, or you can buy Grafenberg swag at grafenberg.threadless.com. And for the support, all of those three that I've mentioned before are at Grafenberg TV. So that is enough of me talking, because you're not here to see me, you're here to see the RIP report, and take it away.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another weekly report. 20 minutes of news in 1 hour. And here we go, ready to give you the news, but first, introductions all around. I'm going to
lifelong dream to watch you paint a garden gnome live on your television show. He even sent a paint your own garden gnome set.
Oh, fantastic.
I'd really love if you could do this because I unfortunately suffer from a rare form of stupidity that will one day take my life. Whether it be tomorrow plugging something into a light socket, or 50 years from now just being a complete and utter douchebag, stupidity will one day kill me. I hope you are well. Thanks a lot, Evan. Well, Evan, that really got me in the place that my heart beats. So I'm going to take this garden gnome set, and we're going to bust out the little gnomey guy here. And I'm going to spend the rest of this broadcast painting this guy up for you. We got a nice little collection of colors here. We've got, looks like orange and black and blue and green and yellow and red and
fantastic
purple and white
reciting
and pink
of knowing
and
your
orange.
colors, Jordan.
So I think I'm going to start with a little bit of yellow for our garden gnome, and we'll just dab that guy in there, and we're just going to start painting away. And
well, I can't wait to see how this turns out for you and for little Evan.
Check back
terminal
throughout the
illness
broadcast,
of stupidity.
and we will see what the final result looks like.
Oh, can't wait. Can't wait.
All right. Well, speaking of can't wait, we have a special segment that we'd like to jump into this week called New Friends.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to talk about some possum friends and companions that you can adopt today. So, Caleb, Margarita, and Jordan, I think it's time for you to walk us through some of these possum friends that our audience can adopt right now. Take it away.
Fantastic. Well, I'd love to tell everybody about some possum friends that you can adopt right now. This is a lonely time for a lot of people, and I'm not talking about the pandemic. I'm just talking in general. So I'd like to start with this first possum friend that you can adopt today. This little guy is Bark Twain. Bark Twain is a 2-month-old Havanese. He's a boy, as you could probably tell from his masculine name, Bark. Bark Twain, while racist, wrote some of the greatest literature known to man.
Well, let's go to the next friend. Oh, this special little lady, Cindy Clawford. She's a 1-year-old American short hair girl. She's got attitude for days, and if she sees you with her man, she will scratch your eyes out with her declawed paws.
All right. Up next for adoption, we've got Chewbarca. He's a 2-month-old Chihuahua, and he's a boy, not to be confused with girl Chihuahuas that have their nails painted.
Fantastic. Well, moving right along, we've got a lot of companions to talk about, and this next little one is called Chairman Meow. Chairman Meow is a 3-month-old ragdoll. Ragdoll cat, that is, not just general ragdoll. Now, despite that beautiful feminine coat, Chairman Meow is actually a boy bent on world domination. But first, he will subjugate his own country people.
Wow, you've got to have a pet with goals. Speaking of goals, our next pet is Murph. Murph, we don't know how old Murph is or what Murph is or how Murph chooses to identify themselves. We just know that Murph has had a hard life. If you look at Murph's ankles, you can see some track marks because Murph ran out of veins in Murph's wrists.
All right, let's move on to our next animal. This is Bing Crosby. Bing Crosby is an 8-month-old red Maine Coon, and boy, can Bing swing just like doing that thing that everyone has that little ring to.
Man, I really enjoy Bing Crosby's work around Christmas time. Moving on to our next furry friend, we've got Fyodor Dogschovsky. Fyodor Dogstovsky. As I've said before, it's Fyodor Dostoevsky. And Fyodor Dostoevsky is a 3-month-old Russian toy terrier. This lovely pet will make a fine addition to any home as long as you believe that the state is for the benefit of the people.
The people love Fyodor Dostoevsky. However, there's another friend that we need to consider. Murph! In case you weren't convinced the first time around, Murph really needs a home, okay? Murph's been around. Murph probably has some stories that they can tell you about dumpsters and prostitutes and dumpsters. Please adopt Murph.
All right, let's take a look at our next little creature of cuddliness. This is Cat Benatar. Cat Benatar is a 2-month-old American shorthair and can jam like nobody's business. Cat Benatar can absolutely shred, whether it be the couch or a guitar. Cat Benatar has got it going on.
Fantastic. I've been a big fan of Cat Benatar's ever since the early 80s. I'm talking about earlier in the day as she's only 2 months old. Moving on to our next one. We've got, of course, Luke Skyhopper. Now, if you missed May the 4th, 9 days ago, this is your opportunity to make it up with Luke Skyhopper, a 2-month-old Beverin. The force is strong with this one, as is the ability to leave little pellets all over your house.
I wonder what's coming up next. You guessed it. You guys, you need to adopt Murph. Okay? Here's the real skinny on Murph. He came to my house asking me for just a place to live for like a day. He said 24 hours max. Okay, I promise I'll stay out of your hair. Murph's been in the house for 5 days. He's brought friends along, not all of whom I approve of. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. I don't approve of all of Murph's friends. That doesn't mean that Murph can't be adopted. Okay, I don't consent to this anymore. So if one of you can please just let him crash on your mattress.
All right.
All right, let's take a look at our next adoptable little adorable Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins always likes to keep things clean and tidy, spick and span, and everything goes down with 2 spoonfuls, just a spoonful of sugar, and this pup's got energy for days.
Fantastic. Oh. What a cutie Mary Poppins is. Which brings me to my next pet. You got it. Diddy! Diddy is a 2-month-old bonobo who can really take over the rap game. Of course, he's representing the East Side, so don't bring any of that West Side trash.
And last but not least, our favorite friend. You're going to love him. Fucking Murph. Back to you. Back to me. I'm an anchor.
Just remember, adopt today, because whether it's a beautiful, beautiful pet or Murph, you can get your family friend at 1-800-GET-A-MURPH.
Wow.
Murph reminds me of a creature I once saw looking for the gatekeeper. Of course, he identified himself as the keymaster.
That crazy son of a bitch, Murph. Hey, we've got some new headlines. New news has just come in over the airwaves. One of which is that the
people
of
Republic
of
China
have
found
no
people
alive.
Rough times over there.
Rough times in China. Oh, here's a little happy news.
Ooh.
This
is
a
big
broadcast
subjecting
extravaganzas
to
people
of
cultures. Wow, that looks like an exciting show. And our final headline
This
is
the
place
where
we.
love.
I'd pretty much
People.
given up.
All right.
The clock was
Yeah.
ticking.
All right. And speaking of loving
I couldn't
people,
find-
I'd like to kick it to my favorite person and yours, meteorologist Jordan Eric.
Hey guys, quick checkup on our gnome. We moved on to the blue, painting the back of little Nomi's jacket here. But hey, I bet you're wondering if there's any blue in our forecast. Blue skies, that is. Well, let's check in on that right after this commercial.
I'd pretty much given up. The clock was ticking, and I couldn't find anybody to be my baby daddy. But thanks to E. Willing, I got someone to put a baby in my belly.
I'd always had a hard time, finding a date to the prom. And yeah, I know I'm in my mid-20s, but thanks to E. Willing, I finally found someone who's going to let me live that dream of going to prom with a girl.
I was just looking for a girl.
I mean, hair was a plus, but obviously not a requirement.
Thanks,
E. Willing.
At ewilling.com, we don't waste your time with 47 questions or levels of compatibility. No, we're about bringing people together. At ewilling.com, we only have one question. Are you willing?
I got someone to put a baby in my belly.
Thanks, E. Willing.
Thanks, E. Willing.
Find out if you're willing today at ewilling.com.
Well, I mean, legally, we're not allowed to be in the same room.
All right, we're back. Fantastic look there, Jordan. So much for that. Thanks. And you know what I think it's time to do right now?
What do you think it's time to do?
I think it's time to call out a special person that we all know and love, a man with the eyesight of a bat.
Mm.
That's right. My favorite traffic man and yours, Mark Rorenthal.
Hello, friends. It's time to check in on that traffic report once again on one street, on one tiny city, in one part of America. So let's just take one more look, and it looks like nothing at all has changed. Despite me crying out to the void of blank people that I can see out there, I'm not seeing anybody at all answering my calls for friendship, joy, and happiness. No, it looks like they're just doing nothing, just walking down the street, walking their dog, just ignoring me and all the... Please! Please just come be my friend! I'm running out of people that I care about! And I just don't walk away! Get on a bike! Get on a bike, I see you! Get on a bike! I just got flipped off by a kid on a bike.
Oh,
Fantastic.
It's a low-
Always
it's a
making
low
friends
point.
out there in the world. Wow. I bet you cannot wait until you can go out in public. I'm not, of course, talking about the lockdown. I'm talking about the restraining orders you have against you.
Look, there are only 3 of them in the city, and I've got them all tracked on my phone, which is also illegal, but it helps me avoid the 90-yard radius that I must stay out of at all times.
and I'm sure a jury will see it the same way.
I hope so, Margarita.
Speaking of juries, it's time for my new favorite segment that
Oh.
we introduced last week.
Oh,
It's time for meteorologist Jordan Eric to attempt to fail at breaking a world record.
Yep, just getting stretched here, guys. Getting ready for this week's attempt at failing at a world record. This week, I'm going to be taking on the challenge of most saltine crackers eaten in a minute. The record currently stands at 15, so I have 16 of them here, and I'm going to attempt to eat these all in a minute. Now, they must be done one by one. You cannot have more than one cracker in your mouth at a time, and the cracker must be completely gone before you can start the next one. Now, I'm going to admit I had one of these earlier. This is going to be a pretty tough challenge, but I am up for it. So, Caleb, whenever you're ready,
3,
let's...
2, 1, go.
Oh my God, it's so dry.
What'd you say the world record is, Jordan?
No, 15.
15. All right. You're on pace for 4.
If that.
Oh, I can't
You're
choke
on
it down.
pace for 3.
There's one.
Nice. At this rate, we're looking at a solid 2.4 crackers.
I feel like I can
It's
feel
so
this
dry.
competition.
Jordan, you look so happy to be giving
There's
this one
2.
a shot. 2? Wow, you really upped your time on that one, Jordan. You might be able to
Yeah,
get all the
I
way to
just swallowed
3.
a big chunk of it.
Jordan, are those salted or
3.
unsalted?
Oh,
Could we get to 4?
But 5 seconds, man.
3, 2, 1. I'm
Show
sorry,
it,
you're
show
out of
it.
time.
Oh, Jordan, it looks like you failed at another world record.
Congratulations.
Great work.
That's wonderful.
Incredible stuff.
I gotta tell you guys, that one was not very good. That's the paint water. Whoa, let's not drink that.
Yeah, let's not drink that.
Don't wanna do
That would
that.
be a mistake in art. Hey, speaking of mistakes in art, my friends, I don't know if you know about this band. They're called the band you've never heard of. So I believe we have a segment regarding this wonderful local band that maybe you can check out at a festival near you in about a year. Let's check out this band.
Check 1, 2. Test, test. Testing. Test mic. Mic levels. Check, check, check. Ready?
Let me see if I can give you a little tour of the archives here. Oh, there it is. You can't buy publicity like that.
Do I read music? No. Can I sing? Yeah, now. Do I play an instrument? No. But Caleb does, and I think too many musicians can ruin a band.
Again. Nope.
What would you say are your most successful songs?
Oh man,
Whoa.
successful.
I'm also just a girl standing in front of a boy,
Asking him to love her. Yeah. Give me a break.
Oh, that was a cover.
Yeah, but I think that was probably one of our biggest singles.
That's true.
Till the lawsuit.
The lawsuit.
Kit Kat.
They sued us.
You annoy me like hell.
You're irritating as well, and you drive me crazy too. But I'm glad that I was quarantined with you.
It's not that I have anything against musicians.
What's the future hold for you?
Oh, I don't know. You know, in the end, we may just be that band you've never heard of. But, well, that sounds pretty good to me.
You know, for me, the future's so bright, I gotta wear shades. All right. Lawsuit.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I love those guys.
They're good. They're underground. They're indie. They
Underappreciated in their time.
yeah,
Handsome,
feel like they have something to say.
attractive. You know, this is a true story. After that segment came out a few weeks ago, that band legitimately got invited to a music festival.
A whole festival.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, festivals are never going to happen again in our lifetime, but just to be invited, given the fact that they truly aren't a band, that's spectacular.
Special. I hope they make it big.
Speaking of big, just hot off the presses, we've got a few new headlines.
Sources
Say
that
people
never
go
flower picking
when
they
are
drunk.
Good story.
Mhm.
Oh, another one. North,
And
South,
United
States,
are
now
the
civil
rights.
people. Damn.
Yeah, that's a big movement.
That's a big movement.
Wow.
That's important stuff. Wow.
Never thought that.
That was very
So
important to
fast.
happen. All right. And our final headline, this
Christmas
is
the
Christmas.
that
You
will
be
attending.
next. All right. Fantastic. I was
Wow.
going to attend a different Christmas, but
But
the fact
this
that one
Christmas.
is, and of course with what was it? Bing Crosby,
Catsby.
Bing
Crosby.
Catsby,
Oh, it was close.
Cosby.
Bing
Cosby.
Crosby. Well, at least it's not Bill Cosby, am I right?
So Jordan, speaking of Christmas, tell me what gifts we can receive for weather.
Well, yeah, I just want to say my little garden gnome's got a black beard to go with his black kicks. And you're wondering if you're going to get out on Black Friday weekend in Thanksgiving time. Well, we'll check out that Thanksgiving Day forecast for the months ahead right after this message.
The world has stopped. We are alone. Friends, co-workers, lovers, gone. But smell remains. I drink only whiskey, fine whiskey. I eat only bacon. I think about French philosophy, and it makes me sad. Then I distill that essence for you. Don't just smell like peace. Smell like mine.
Yes. It is a scent like that, like Quoi by Antoine.
It's like what
That
it
makes
smells
me
like.
think of my favorite stinky person in yours, Mark Rantle.
Mark Rantle.
Time for another look at the traffic, my friend.
Sounds good. Well, let's take one more close look at our favorite traffic report. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the segment where I like to open the window and just encourage my neighbors. I like to give them a sweet little serenade of something that they might not get all the time. So, if you'll allow me. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make it go, ah, ah, ah. As you shoot across the sky, sky, sky. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burn. I'm really sorry. It's the kid on the bike is back with friends, and he knows where I live.
God. Oh my God.
And I gotta go lock my door. I gotta go lock my fucking door.
Okay. Well, Mark is worried about and taking care of his personal safety. Oh,
Did you
sorry.
have another thought there? You were just gonna stop mid-sentence. You know, earlier we had one of our sponsors we were supposed to show a commercial of.
Yes.
We didn't get that in, and we make most of our money off of our sponsorship. So I don't know if it's possible. If we can talk to the traffic department right now, is it possible to go back and play our commercial for Hard Questions? Is that possible? We're all just going to shut up for about 10 seconds. And if it starts playing, we know it was possible. If not, we'll continue. And shut up.
Sometimes life can really knock you down. Sometimes even after giving it our very best, we come up short. But it's in these moments that we need to take a closer look at our society, our community, our family, and ourselves. So when life sets you back, maybe it's time to finally slow down. Open a book and ask the hard questions like, does any of this fucking matter? Is humanity horrible and rotten to its very core? Is there even a God? If there isn't a God, why shouldn't I do whatever the hell I want? Why do good things only come after lots of suffering? Is it better to be dumb and happy or smart and sad? Is my family insane or is every family insane? And how did I fall in love with this patchwork piece of shit? Is chasing contentment a goddamn hamster wheel powering the freedoms of the upper classes? Or what's the point of building a new society if we'll just become corrupt in a new terrible way? Is life just a small piece of light between two eternal darknesses? Oh my god, who am I?
Yes. Fantastic. You know, it's books like that that make me glad I don't read.
Those Russians and their outlook.
Hey, and speaking of outlooks, I think it's time to go to my favorite meteorologist and yours, Jordan Eric, with another Song of the Week.
Thanks, guys. I think I probably should have stopped eating some of these crackers by now because I'm about to sing and that's going to make it kind of challenging.
Just drink some paint water, Jordan. You'll be fine.
Hey, you know, I'm going to do something a little different with the Song of the Week this week. People often ask me, hey, Jordan, who are your influences? What are you inspired by? At least I assume they'd ask me that if I allowed people to talk to me. But I have several influences. There's several artists that I look up to. There's several songs that inspired me. And sometimes there's a song that just inspires you so much that you're immediately thinking to yourself, I got to cover that song. So I'm going to play a cover of one of my favorite pieces of music that I've ever heard. And it's made the rounds on Twitter recently. So if you get a chance to look at the original artist, 8-year-old Jolie, you should really get a chance to check that out. But until that time, this is a song that is very thought-provoking. It has tons of questions behind it. It asks the tough things like, I wonder what's inside your butthole. What's inside your butthole? I always want to know. Wonder what's inside your butthole. What's inside your butthole? I always want to know. Maybe there is astronauts, maybe there is aliens all inside your butthole. Maybe there is astronauts, maybe there is aliens all inside your butthole. I wonder what's inside your butthole. What's inside your butthole? I always want to know. I wonder what's inside your butthole. What's inside your butthole? I always want to know. Maybe there is astronauts, maybe there is aliens all inside your butthole. Maybe there is astronauts, maybe there is aliens all inside your butthole. I wonder what's inside your butthole. What's inside your butthole? I always want to know. Wonder what's inside your butthole. What's inside your butthole? I always want to know. What's inside your butthole? Mother's Day was this week. Just found out my parents watched the show. Hope I make my mom proud. Happy Mother's Day. What's inside your butthole?
Question to ask. It's existential. It's an existential question.
It's good.
Thank you.
I've always wondered that myself. And I know your mom, Chris Eric, is going to be really happy about that. That's Chris Eric. You can find her on Facebook, mother of Jordan Eric on Facebook. Why don't you chime in and let Chris know how proud you are of her son, singing about his butthole and the mysteries that lie within. Speaking of mysteries within, this is one of our more useful segments, I think. This is a segment that if you don't think about it too hard,
you realize will save lives.
Mm.
And the segment I am, of course, talking about is Lockdown Luncheons with Mark.
Well, thank you, Caleb. It is an honor to bring delicious ways of getting food into your body for people who don't know much about cooking. But after looking back at some of my past recipes, I've realized that I've put too much of a focus on flavor and not enough of a focus on nutrition.
Wow.
So that's why today I'm going to focus on a simple morning, lunch, or dinner smoothie that you can enjoy whenever you need an extra punch of nutrition. And of course, it wouldn't be a lockdown lunch if you didn't start the recipe off with a nice little dose of antidepressants or painkillers. It's up to you. I just like to sprinkle them in right at the bottom of my glass. Now, one of the more important things that you can do in your diet is have protein. And milk is a fantastic source of protein. Ladies and gentlemen, a 2% glass of milk can provide you up to 4 grams of protein. Now, here I'm just going to do a small sample because I've already had several of these smoothies today, and I don't want to overdo it. But really, the important thing is once you've got your protein and you're letting those painkillers dissolve right at the bottom of that glass, is you can't just focus on protein. You also got to get your fruits and vegetables in there, which is why I like to add just a nice little dash of orange juice right into my cocktail there, which if you just keep swirling it, it's got a nice smooth creamy texture to it. But that's just the fruits. Really what you've got to focus on next is getting veggies. And that's why I choose Kroger's cut green beans. But if you open up that can, you'll notice that a lot of the nutrition seeps into the water that's used there. So you just dribble a nice little bit of that green bean water right into this cocktail. I can smell the nutrition right now. And then the next thing to do is really just to open up and enjoy this delicious cocktail. It's so good.
It looks it.
It's really easy to put down too. That's the
Yeah, I can see you taking very big gulps of that.
I can practically
so
taste
good.
it all the way over here.
Mhm.
Oh, wow. Fantastic.
Ladies and
Man.
gentlemen, this stuff really packs a punch, and I mean a punch of nutrition.
Wow. That's great. I got to tell you, I'm jealous of your innovation.
Thanks,
You
Caleb.
are a risk taker. I mean, really, who would think to do that for themselves? But you.
I mean, I don't know. It really takes a creative mind and a very understocked pantry to come up with these week after week.
So good. It's so good. Your face is leaking.
The green beans really add the flavor. I'll tell you that.
I'll bet so. That probably tastes similar going in as it does coming back out.
I mean, just a little bit. You, if you can't enjoy it twice, you shouldn't enjoy it at all.
Yes. Well, that's been another successful lockdown luncheon with Mark. Hey, we're drawing to the end of our broadcast here, but before we go, I want to kick it back over to my favorite meteorologist and yours for a check-in on his gnome and the upcoming forecast.
Well, guys, I am happy to say to little 6-year-old Evan that I've created the masterpiece for you. Here you go, buddy. Here's your gnome.
Oh, fantastic. Jordan, that is beautiful.
Wow.
Wow.
Beautiful stuff.
You really got a beautiful tan in there. The shading in the tan is just...
Look at
I
the
was just going
detail
to
that we
comment
put in
on
there.
that.
Do you wonder what's inside?
Is
your
that a
bubble?
birthmark?
That is.
Wow,
that
Jordan.
is. I put a little birthmark on there for you, just for you.
Well, all I
Marty.
can say to little Evan is it's probably astronauts. How about that forecast, Jordan?
Hey, I'm sure you're going to want to know what you're going to expect this weekend, and I'll tell you all about that on next week's broadcast.
Fantastic. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to that. But before we go, I think it's time to kick it back around the table for final thoughts. Margarita, your final thoughts.
Murph is still in the house. Just let him crash for a day. That's all. That's all I need. Just
Okay, good final thought. Mark, your final thoughts.
Yeah, you know what? Some things don't go together. The end. The final word, final thought. Sometimes you push the boundaries a little too far, and things don't go the way you wanted them to, and you gotta try it anyway. But God, guys, I think it's break time. It's break time. For all the friends that I've given delicious recipes to, I think I need to go reevaluate some choices, and I'll see you next week. I'm
Fantastic.
sorry.
All right. Well, hey, don't be sorry. Jordan, your final thoughts?
Buttholes.
Beautiful. And my final thought for this evening is, ladies and gentlemen, it's great to be with friends, but sometimes it's better to not be with friends. Well, that's going to do it for us this week. It's been 20 minutes of news in 1 hour. That's your weekly report. Tune in next week at 7 p.m. here on Grafenberg TV when we do it all again, because why not?
Have a great night, everybody.